Yo, what's up guys? So in this video we're going to be reviewing Broadcaster. So this is a second support tower in Universal Guardians, and this Broadcaster is pretty much like DJ and TDS in terms of how it looks. I call it the alien DJ, but as you guys can see by the stats table, level 0 through level 2 have a discount buff of 10%, and then a level 2 gets a 25% fire rate buff, right? And as you level up the tower, the buffs obviously start to increase as well, capping at 30% discount buff and 40% fire rate buff. So this tower you get from beating the robotic cataclysm event, and in my opinion, Broadcaster is not good for solo, mainly because you're gonna need to spend a lot of your money upgrading your farms most of the time, and you definitely need a survivor, and the fire rate buff does not stack with the survivor. So if you have a Broadcaster and a survivor right next to the tower, both are max, you're not gonna get a 75% fire rate buff, right? You're only going to get a maximum of 40. Whichever fire rate buff is higher, that's gonna take priority, right? So that's gonna give you 40% fire rate buff to the surrounding troop. Now when it comes to the reason why Broadcaster is not, in my opinion, as good as Survivor, is that Survivor gives a range buff and a fire rate buff, and is also a lot cheaper, right? It costs only about 5,400 for the final cost to upgrade the tower from level 0 to level 5, including the placement cost. Whereas for DJ, or I mean the Broadcaster, it costs 12,000. So it costs more than double. So for solo, I would definitely recommend using Survivor. Even for duo, potentially I would say, especially for the event, I would use a Survivor instead of Broadcaster, because Broadcaster is only good when you're playing with a lot of people, so that the discount buff is actually useful. Because if you're only playing with one other person, or if you're soloing, the discount buff is not going to be that good. And not to mention the tower is just so expensive at 12,000, so it's just not going to be that good when you're in like a duo or trio. So I can see Broadcaster being a meta tower for raids, because raids would require, I think at least 6 people, if I remember what Biscuit said last time about raids. So Broadcaster would only be good for game modes that require a lot of players, since it's super expensive and the fire rate buff is not that much better. It's only better by 5% compared to Survivor. So even though it's not a meta tower, I would certainly recommend getting this tower by beating the event, because it's for sure going to be useful when raids come out, or when other game modes that require like multiple players to play together come out. And also, funny thing about Broadcaster is that it has a damage of 3, but it actually doesn't do any damage. I actually tested it, so that's, I think, a bug, right? So it does not do any damage, in case you guys are curious. The rate of fire is at like 1.3 or something. That doesn't do anything either. It's another bug. It doesn't do any damage because it's purely a support tower, right? So let me know what you guys think about this tower if you guys haven't and have used it, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.